Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper stream. We're not playing Squirrels today. We're playing the other deck that has seen massive improvements since Modern Horizons 2. We're playing with Affinity, which gets a brand new Myr Enforcer, so it's able to play 8 of these cards, and the new one's even better than the one that came before it. And then we also get a bunch of these indestructible come into play tap lands, which are going to allow us to play through a Mox Monkey, Gorilla Shaman. We've also got the Krark-Clan Shaman in the sideboard. Some decks are playing a split in the main, but Squirrel decks are starting to take a bit of a downturn. So we're relegating that to the sideboard, and I think that's going to be probably still one of our most sided in cards. It's going to be good in a lot of matchups. Then we also have a 2 of Ancient Grudge for the mirror. So Ancient Grudge able to take care of opponents' enforcers, which a Gorilla Shaman just cannot do. Not a huge fan of this hand. Doesn't do very much. This hand's way better. We'll keep this. And get rid of the Battle Rage. Okay, mirror match, here we go. We'll probably be seeing a lot of those mirror matches, I would expect. I think we can put a Myr Enforcer out next turn, right? We play Furnace, that's 4, play Chromatic Star, that's 5, then we have 2 mana left over for the Enforcer. So we can get a 4/4 out next turn. Do we get another 1 mana artifact? We do not. Okay, so they get to reload with Thoughtcast there. Oh, they're playing a version with Frogmite, so they have extra creatures. We're playing a version with Disciple of the Vault, so we get some extra advantage from Atog. I like the Galvblast here. We can actually probably look at sacrificing our Chromatic Star here. Probably should have sacrificed it to cast the Galvblast, just to draw a card. That's a lot of thought casting from the opponent. Using the Chromatic Star for another Thoughtcast. They've cast 3 Thoughtcast this game. And they're back up to 7 cards in hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts in play. So a single mana can get them to 7, which means these are now free, if they have any. Ah, there's one. And a Galvblast of their own. Puts us back to nearly even. They just have so many more cards. Well, another Galvblast, that's fine. That's just fine. Now, we don't have the mana to cast the Wellspring here, so I guess I'll play the Disciple. They can attack here. If they don't play any blockers, we get to swing in with Disciple, which would be nice. Nice. Cool, we get to swing in for 1 for free. Ooh, when we draw the Tog, are they dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are so close to dead here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Off by 1 damage right now. Well, we might still be able to get it, so let's go in for the attack step here. If we can find 1 artifact off the top and 2 draws, we're good to win here. Wonder if they have a Galvblast here. No, they're just going to scoop them up. Okay, nice. So we want to bring in Ancient Grudge, obviously. Going to take out TBR and Dispel. I'm wondering if we should bring in Hydroblast for their Togs. And we might also be able to like hit their Ancient Grudge. But then what are we taking out for the Hydroblast? Maybe we'll just bring in the Ancient Grudge and leave it at that. Close. Really close, actually. If we had the second land for any one of these cards, I would keep this. This hand is actually just way better. We have the Ancient Grudge. We'll get rid of the Fling. So it looks like we both mulliganed once. Yep. And our early turns are going to be very similar. We could go for the Ancient Grudge this turn, which isn't terrible. I don't mind that. We'll just go ahead and hit the seat. Set them back. And we can go for it again next turn if they play another destructible land. Chat loves land destruction, right? Perfect. That's another thing we can hit. Ooh. Okay. Looks like we both have the same plan. Hey there, Crown. Oh, we're just destroying some lands. You know how it is. Turnaround is fair play. I would hope so. Usually having a good time when I'm playing Magic. Okay, so there's the Ancient Grudge with Flashback. We knew that was coming. Land off the top would be nice. We do not find one, so we're just going to go ahead and Ancient Grudge their seat. Another indestructible land, so they only have Tree of Tails left that we could target, but the Myr Enforcer there is a bit of a problem. Joined by a companion and another Enforcer, that is a problem. They're going to be attacking in for massive damage, and we just don't have the goods here. So opponent succeeded in doing what we tried to do to the opponent. We hit 2 of their lands with Ancient Grudge, hoping to mana screw them, but we got screwed instead. Yeah, the Disciple and the Munitions are in this list, but it is an updated list with companions. So let's see here. We have the Galv Blast mana, and I guess that's really the only thing we can do. Alright, not quite dead yet. Although, yes, we are really, really dead. Maybe they have 2 Galv Blasts in hand, or they only even need 1. Yeah. Super dead. Alright, moving on. Game 3, let's go. You like having counterspells post side? Which ones are you bringing in? Because the Pyroblasts counter the draw card, and then the Hydroblasts counter Ancient Grudge. Okay. Cool. I'm still kind of like learning the ins and out of this deck. but I'll keep that in mind. Because I'm sure we'll probably be playing the mirror matchup again. Oh yeah, Reaping the Graves. Okay. Wasn't too sure that it would be good in this matchup, but if we are going for value, then that is one of the grindiest cards that we could have access to. Ooh. Okay, opponent is playing Gorilla Shaman. And we have Seat of the Synod in play, so that is not good for us. Opponent was ready to face the Affinity matchup, obviously. Vault of Whispers is a pretty good draw here. So we could Galv Blast the Shaman. I think that's just what we have to do. So Shaman gets one hit. Pretty good, but not totally crushing. And we're also knocked off of our colored mana. I wanted to use that Chromatic Star to get this Ancient Grudge going. But maybe Thoughtcast will draw us into something good here. Disciple of the Vault. Alright, so Prophetic Prism will let us cast the Ancient Grudge eventually. And we might actually want to keep Ancient Grudge for their creatures at this point. They've got a ton of lands, so I don't think it's really worthwhile to be hitting those. Let's just hit their 4/4s. I really wanted to land there. Oh, we get the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Myr Enforcer is 7. Okay. So we can just play 2 Enforcers here. I mean, that's generally the way it is, absolutely. You have all of them or none of them. Always yes. Always yield. Okay, so they're going to Galv Blast a Myr Enforcer here. Take that off the board. We're going to try and block one of their Myr Enforcers, then we'll Ancient Grudge the Sojourners off the board. Thoughtcast. Let's go ahead and cast it. Nice. Red mana's pretty good here. We can cast the Atog next turn, kill both of their Sojourner companions. I was just kind of wondering if I should do this now or wait till their turn. I'm just going to do it now. They have less mana this way. They only have one card in hand. So here's hoping they don't have Hydroblast. Okay, they do have a blast, so they're able to save one of their salamanders. So they can hit us for quite a bit of damage here. We're going to have to block the salamander. Slayer, what's up? Alright, I guess we'll play a pair of Togs. And if they have Galvblast, we are dead. We could sack Ichor Wellspring here, but maybe it is better to sack it here. It's just so free to sacrifice it later, you know? Thing is, the advantage of sacrificing it here is we could potentially draw a 4/4. Yeah, they are attacking all. So if they have Galvblast, we are dead. Yep. Okay. So this hand looks fine. We've got a nice mix of lands and 4/4s that cost 0. So we'll keep. We got to do a little bit of setup to get our free 4/4s. Start with one of these indestructible lands. Haha, another mirror match. This is going to be 5 mirror matches. Right on time. Nice one, Witching Well. If you set it up properly, yup. Because sometimes in Magic, 1 + 1 + 1 = 7, and sometimes in Magic, 7 = 0. Alright, so 3, 4, 5. Looks like we're going to have to pay a little bit of mana for these 4/4s. They won't be free. Let's see if we can find a Tog. We don't, but we do find Disciple of the Vault. I don't mind keeping one of these, but I don't think I want them both. Myr Enforcer of their own, so we're going to smash that to bits with our blast. Opponent will take an extra damage from that. Always yes, and yield. And we get to smash in for 4, so a total of 5 this turn. Next turn, we're ready to draw 2 with the Witching Well, depending on what we draw. And we're also able to smash in for some significant damage, depending on their plays. They do have 7 cards in hand, so they should be able to put forth something pretty impressive this turn. So their 4/4s only cost 1 currently. And as soon as they put out a 4/4, the next are free. And all of a sudden the board is clogged up. Sure. That seems fine. Let's attack now. Just draw a bunch of these 4/4s, throw them onto the battlefield. I feel comfortable attacking now. So they're going to trade, they'll lose their creatures, we lose ours too, but they do take 2 damage from the Disciple. Oh, make that 4. Disciple doing work. And then also, like, Disciple plus Krark-Clan Shaman is a thing too. Okay, so they don't have anything to deal with our critters, and they're going to scoop them up. So, Crown, you were saying that you like a couple of Hydros, couple of Pyros, Reaping the Graves, kind of play like a very mid-rangey thing. Hydros to counter their Galvblast or Togs, or more importantly, their Ancient Grudge. Pyro counters their Thoughtcasts. Take out the Dispel. Take out the Temur Battle Rage. We also want to bring in these Ancient Grudge. Thinking take out a Atog and a Fling. You don't like the Pyro? Yeah, we don't get too many hits with Pyro. Pretty much just Thoughtcast. I mean, that's true. If we do get the Thoughtcast, it is a big hit. There are also potentially dead cards in hand. I mean, we could say the same thing about the Hydroblast. Yep, very true. Counters their Hydros or Blue Elemental Blast, what have you. Oh yeah, that's true. Some of the decks play the Serpent, Gear Seeker. Now, the question is, what would we take out for them? I guess we could take out, like, a Disciple and maybe a Wellspring? Maybe a second Tog? Oh, so awkward. This hand is the most awkward thing ever. Like, we have the Ichor Wellspring turn 2 to, like, try drawing. If we get to the Thoughtcast to resolve, it's okay. Yeah, we just need blue. Still not ideal. Okay, so Darksteel Citadel means we're going to be able to cast the Ichor Wellspring without presenting any destructible lands. Okay, there's the seat. So that's going to let us Thoughtcast next turn. Ooh, and another Ichor Wellspring. So if we cast the Thoughtcast, we're actually going to have to discard a card here. So we're just going to hold up Hydroblast, I guess. Which is actually pretty good here, because Hydroblast counters two of the cards that we're particularly afraid of this turn. Gearseeker Serpent. Okay, so we have the Pyroblast to kill that on another turn. Good thing we have the Pyroblast. Gearseeker would be a pain to get rid of otherwise. I guess we'll Hydroblast that. Another Tog. We're hanging here a little bit on the Thoughtcast. Don't think my opponent could possibly have anything here. They're tapped out, so they're just running the time off of their clock. And off of our lifespan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play a Sojourner. And Pyroblast the Gearseeker. And I guess that's it for our turn. So we got 8 damage here with the Galv Blasts. Either that or they can clear out the opponent's 4/4s. We got one of these Togs to hopefully finish the game. But we'll have to be careful, because if we try to finish the game with combat, or even a Fling, they could have a Hydroblast of their own. But I would like to be able to sacrifice these 2 Wellsprings. That would be quite nice. Okay, so they have blue mana floating here, or not floating, but available. So they could have access to a counter for our Tog. Nope, another Thoughtcast. So we should be clear sailing on the Tog here. Uh-oh, that's frightening though. Don't like seeing a pair of 4/4s, but Tog can deal with one of them. And I'll leave these Ichor Wellsprings here so that we can use those to grow the Tog when we block. Oh, another Serpent. Okay. Serpents look really good in the mirror match. Having the 5/6 available to block the 4/4s, it doesn't get killed by Galvanic Blast. Yeah, Gearseeker Serpent's looking real nice. Now, do they even attack here? Okay, they do. Go to blocks. Alright, so draw another card. Ancient Grudge. What a draw. So what do we hit with the Ancient Grudge? Probably the Witching Well and the Enforcer. Then we have double Galvblast for the Gearseeker Serpent. Not bad. So let's see here. So that's nowhere near lethal. So we can play the Chromatic Star. We'll need that for the green mana. I think Companion just costs 1 to play at this point. Okay. Alright. Good enough. I think we gotta let that happen. We have another Tog backup. Hey there, Blind. Thanks for joining us. All of them. So far, it's all been mirror matches. It's going to be the 5-match mirror. Okay, so they are swinging in. It kind of looks like they win this race, but they don't know about our double Galv Blast. One, two, three, four, five, six. So they have 0 cards in hand. I like double Galv Blast their creature. We do lose card advantage, you know, it's a 2-for-1, but this Serpent is a pain, and then we have the best board. And we also get to keep up Hydroblast. We could have played an Atog there, which would have been fine, but this way we get to counter a Tog of their own, or keep one of our Enforcers. Alright. This looks like a win. Sure. Yeah, we can keep this. It's full of tapped land, so it's going to be slow. Artifacts again. Okay, we get an untapped land. Wonderful. So let's play the Silverbluff Bridge. I would probably say this is the best of the indestructible lands in our deck, but in the opponent's deck it could be a different thing totally. Looks like they're actually playing Seeker of the Way. So interesting that they've gone with the Thornglint Bridge over something else. I wonder if they have some way to take advantage of artifacts. We're going to play the Prophetic Prism here. And we'll have the Sojourner's Companion out soon to block the Seeker of the Way. Okay, so this looks like Boros Bully. So we'll have Fiery Cannonade to bring in. Maybe Hydroblast. I don't think there's too many amazing red spells we would want to blast. We could like potentially blast their Galvblasts. Oh, that's right. They played a... That's right. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Wildfire. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. They're a Wildfire deck. Cool. So I'm thinking I want to Galvblast this Seeker of the Way while we have a chance. Yeah, that's right. They have another one. Same card, but it costs 1 more mana. So if we play the Seat, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts, and we can play the Companion. But then we don't get to play the Galvblast. So I could play Seat, Wellspring, Galvblast, and then at least we get to draw a card. Or Prophetic Prism would just be better. Alright, let's play the Prophetic Prism, see if we draw like a Darksteel Citadel or something. But yeah, I definitely want to kill that Seeker of the Way. Just too much potential damage. Oh, I did not know that. So there is a small difference. You get to search an untapped basic. Thanks, Blind, for clearing that up. Okay, so they have the Monarch now. That is a problem. Going to be difficult to take that away from them. Bolt of Whispers. So I think I'll just put out the Disciple of the Vault here. And this Companion. Pass on. We got one blocker. Unless they have a Galv Blast. They don't have the artifacts for a Galv Blast. They would need like double Lightning Bolt. They could have Journey to Nowhere. That would get rid of the 4/4. Uh-oh. Battle Screech. Prismatic Strands, not that bad here. Most of our attacks are going to be colorless. Trying to pick up Dimir Fairies. Might I ask for some advice? Feel free to ask, and I'll help you if I can. There's the Cleansing Wildfire on the Thornglint Bridge. So they're going to be able to fetch a basic, put it into play, and draw a card. That's also pretty nice with Seeker of the Way, causing a prowess trigger. Against elves, I never know if I should kill Titania or save the removal. Personally, I go for Titania if they have almost any amount of cards in hand. Because that priest is going to allow them to basically cast everything out of their hand. I know it seemed like you should like save that removal spell for one of the other elves that is going to actually kill you. But if you kill the Priest of Titania, maybe you can kill the opponent before they're able to put out lethal pressure. I'm not sure that's right, but that is definitely what I would do. And Galv Blast. So Galv Blast looks like it takes the Monarch here. They do have Prismatic Strands, though, so they can prevent... Excuse me, they can prevent red damage, which is a problem. I think I would like to draw a card here. Oh, nice draw. Save targets, always yes, always yield. Oh, they're going to lightning bolt my Sojourner's Companion? How dare you! Alright, I guess that's a trade. 2 for 1, I guess. Okay, and now they're going to prevent red sources. If we kill the Thraben Inspector with the Galv Blast, we get to save our critter. Alright, I guess that's it for our turn. We don't have any more land drops, we don't have any more ways to draw cards. Just gonna have to pass. And opponent with the keeping the Monarch for several turns here, that's putting them pretty far ahead. Oh, and they get Rally the Peasants here, so they're going to be able to swing in for some huge amounts of damage in the air. Is this actually lethal here? That's 15 damage in the air. Lethal. How many artifacts do we have? Not 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could do 12 damage to them. Good game. Alright, so we're going to want to bring in the Fiery Cannonade. Krark-Clan Shaman's kind of so-so in this matchup because it doesn't hit the flyers, but it does hit the ground creatures. And then we could potentially bring in Hydroblast to counter their lightning bolts or their land destruction spells. But a lot of our lands are indestructible, so I'm wondering if Hydroblast is really all it's cracked up to be here. I'm going to take out some number of Disciple of the Vault, which would die to our Krark-Clan Shaman. Oh, you would actually bring in the Dispels. Yeah, we get to counter, I don't even know if they're going to keep Prismatic Strands, but it could be pretty good to counter that. So what are you taking out in this matchup? Got a couple of indestructible lands. Wellspring, we got a 4/4. Got a Thoughtcast, we're going to keep this. I mean, Strands doesn't exactly look great versus our deck, though. If we got a bunch of colorless 4/4s, hmm. Oh, what? Exile 2 artifacts with Dust to Dust. Oh, I forgot about that card. The card, Dust to Dust. Brutal. Just straight 2 for 1 dust. That's a classic Drew Tucker right there. One of the original artists of Magic the Gathering. They have another one? Oh, no. Get exiled. See your indestructible lands, and I exile them. Yeah, no kidding. Best possible card? Probably. Just leaving us with our Seats of the Synod, which they can get rid of later with Cleansing Wildfire. And I don't think we have any basics to speak of in the deck at all. No attacks. Fine with that. Oh, but the Palace Sentinels. So they get to reload. This is not actually another Dust to Dust, is it? 3 Dust to Dusts. Ugh. That is ugly. Why do you gotta do me like that? Opponent thoroughly prepared for Affinity. It's one of the most popular decks right now, so it makes sense you would have a hate card against it when you're playing white mana. Dust to Dust. Just straight exiles 2 artifacts. Super good. Can we even reasonably attack at this point? Because I don't mind sacrificing the Witching Well, but I mean, the Witching Well by itself isn't going to get us through the Palace Sentinels. Oh, yeah. I mean, that is an option, isn't it? Well, truth be told, I'm not super familiar with the deck, so I let that slip by, Sir Matthew. Thanks for calling me on that. We'll do better in the future. So, for example, here, instead of letting the Cleansing Wildfire resolve, I can eat the artifact, then they do not draw a card, and they... yeah, they don't get to draw a card. We don't have any basics in the deck, so... Is this a Lightning Bolt? Yeah. So if we sack Prophetic Prism, this goes up to a 8. 4 plus 3 is 7. So we potentially get to save our Tog that way. Unless they have another spell to cast. Another Tog. I think we can probably just scoop them up at this point. Opponent is very far ahead. They're going to keep the Monarch forever. Those 3 dust to dust. Like, how could we come back from that? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Tell them, please no? Yeah, I get you, Brett. Oh, look at this. Their Squadron Hawks are from different sets. How can you live with yourself? Oh, playing mix-matched Squadron Hawks. Three of them are from the same set. It's just the one that's from 25. Smack. And another Galvanic Blast. So, yeah, we only have a single red mana. We could, like, Witching Well, grow a Tog, and fling it, but that's not going to be anywhere near enough damage. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Temur Battle Rage. If we had another red mana, maybe we could have done something with this. If we could have, like, sacked half of our stuff, Temur Battle Raged, got the trample damage in, and then flung afterwards, that could seem pretty good. But, yeah. So we sacrifice everything. This becomes what? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be 18 damage maximum. Only one land. Yeah, not a fan of this one. Opponent is keeping 7. We'll keep this one. Island, Ash Barrens for Island. So they play the island that we knew about. Holding up a counterspell, looks like. Would you like to counter a Prophetic Prism? They're thinking about it. Don't think that Prism is exactly the kind of thing that you want to be countering here, but be my guest. Alright, Prism resolves, we get to draw a card. Get a Wellspring, alright, let's pass on. So next turn we can play Wellspring and Enforcer. Enforcer for a single mana. And they're taking down Counterspell here. For an Evoked Muldrifter, interesting. And Thoughtcast on our side. Well, that is something I would like to see resolve. So maybe we'll just cast Thoughtcast and then maybe the Enforcer after that. Two mana 4/4. Ah, okay, here we go. So we're playing against familiars. I think Krark-Clan Shaman is going to be pretty good in this matchup. Be able to wipe their board as they're thinking about comboing. Just kind of playing out cards that I don't think they're going to counter. They could definitely, I could definitely see them countering the Atog. They had the mana there to easily do it, so I kind of figured that they were just holding up Prohibit. Another Sunscape Familiar. So their blue spells are reduced by 2. They're quite close to comboing with double Sunscape Familiar. Oh, wow, the snap on our companion here, which lets them untap the Chantry. Make a bunch of mana. So what can they do with their 5 cards left over? Archaeomancer for the snap. Okay. Oh, the Tog resolves. Gonna snap the Tog. And Munitions resolves. Alright, so we don't really have the mana to use these munitions right now. We could put down the Chromatic Star if we wanted. Or we could put down this Drossforge. Let's put down the tap land, so we'll have more mana next turn. We would have needed 2 mana to interact with our Chaomancer there. We just didn't have it. And I really thought they were holding up Counterspell there, so I didn't want to throw the Makeshift Munitions into the Counterspell. I was trying to bait the Counterspell with Atog, so that we could use the munitions to kill a Chaomancer down the road. Echoing Truth on the Makeshift Munitions, and holding up Snap. So they can block one of these creatures with Archaeomancer, then snap the Archaeomancer. Oh, they're actually going to block with this 2 Sunscape Familiars. Interesting blocks. You have a Ghostly Flicker for those. They're going to snap the Tog in response to the munitions. That's fine. Munitions is what I want on the board anyway. Get rid of that Archaeomancer when you try and blink it. And that worked. Nice. That was a pretty big deal. Getting rid of that Archaeomancer with the Ephemerate on the stack. Huge deal. Alright, they have nothing. Oh, that's good news for us. Oh, they're just going to take it? They're dead. We had the Makeshift Munitions there, so they were just dead anyways. They had to block. Alright, so Krark-Clan looks pretty good here. I can bring in Pyroblast, Dispel. I do not like Tog in this matchup. They have too many ways to nullify our Tog. So we're going to try and win with our 4/4s and Galv Blast. We have Disciple of Vault plus munitions as well to help out along the way. Oh, that's not a great hand. 3 Krark-Clans? I just kind of want 1, you know? Keep this, get rid of Citadel, I guess. Opponent is mulliganing, oh, heavily. They're down to 4 cards now. Rough spot for the opponent. Phyrexian Machinist, thanks for the follow, friend. We are friends of Phyrexia here. Hey there, Giles. What's good? Oh, well, that's great to hear. Were you playing Tron in Pauper, or were you playing something else? That's an instance. Let's go ahead and Dispel. Trying to find Dust to Dust makes sense. We did get absolutely destroyed by Dust to Dust against another opponent. So we can Thoughtcast, or we can leave up Galvblast. I think I'd rather Thoughtcast. Nice. Oh, the blue-black fairies, Myr Fairies. Excellent deck. It's one of the decks that has game versus Chatterstorm right now. And yeah, it kind of feels up your alley. Okay, not bad. Let's see if we can get a Krark-Clan onto the board. Okay, we do. We have Galvblast up with a Prophetic Prism. So I could play a tap land here, or I could play a different land and play the Star. Alright. We'll see if they'll tap low. I don't want to throw Galvblast into their Sunscape Familiar while they have mana up. They only have a few cards, but I don't want to let them get advantage if they have some way to save their Familiar. They are going to block. So we could use Makeshift Munitions to kill the thing if they let Munitions resolve. And if Munitions does not resolve, we have Galvblast to kill the Familiar. Let's give it a shot. So they are going to save it. They're going to snap it. I think we let that happen. We could use Krark-Clan, sacrifice another artifact, and kill it, but they're losing their snap. They only have 1 card left in hand. We have Galvblast. Witching Well. Let's see what's on top. Oh my. Wellspring's not terrible. especially with the Krark-Clan. I kind of like both of those. Let's go top. Alright, I'm going to cash in this Galvblast, see if we can get it to resolve. Because if we do, we get to start attacking with Krark-Clan. And if not, then they're using their last card in hand. They're going to snap again. Sure, we let that resolve. We have 2 mana up. So we have munitions for 2 currently. Oh, that's a pretty good one. We can get rid of both of these things. I would rather do it after we get the next card from on top of our library, unfortunately. So we are going to wait a turn. All right, so we're going to do this before we play land and before we play Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this should be fine. Hold control. When you're activating Krark-Clan Shaman, hold control. Sacrifice Wellspring. Let Wellspring resolve. Okay. Sacrifice Darksteel Citadel. And sacrifice Prophetic Prism. Nice. 6. And next turn we have Witching Well to draw 2 cards. Chaomancer gets back what? Nature's Chant? Yep, that's pretty good. What are you going to kill with this? The Enforcer, I would guess? Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, I guess we'll use the Enforcer to kill the Archaeomancer here. Just more lands. Infinite lands! That's how the opponent gets back in this game. In a deck with 18 lands, the Shuffler is really cool. One more Galvblast and he's dead? Nice. I do honestly really appreciate the Shuffler. Myr Enforcer, not bad. Play that. I'm just going to go ahead and kill the Sunscape Familiar here. Yeah. Sunscape Familiar, too scary. Stonehorn Dignitary? That guy's a jerk. Not interested in casting Galvblast right now. They have 3 mana up. If their last card is Ghostly Flicker, then we look like a fool. Hey there, Chuck. Thanks for the luck. Another Stonehorn Dignitary? Gross. Oh, okay, well, that shows that they don't have what's name. I guess we don't really need to Galv Blast. We can just Galv Blast in response to a Ghostly Flicker. And we have the Makeshift Munitions to take care of the other one. Oh, with a Disciple of the Vault, here we go. That doubles our damage with Makeshift Munitions. So how much damage do we have? Okay, that's a scoop from the opponent. Nice. Let's just do a quick count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is 14. And then the Galv Blast is 18 damage. So I count 18 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2 is 14. And then 4 more for Galv Blast. So yeah, I mean, like, honestly, though, opponent was dead because as soon as we untapped, we killed them. We leave the Disciple on the board, we pass turn, they take their turn with, you know, their whatever, 2 cards, and then we draw our last card and we kill them. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks like a fine hand. Okay, so we're playing against Chatterstorm. So we're not going to have very much time. Opponent is going to kill us maybe right now. Oh, they cast a Cabal Ritual without Threshold. They must be really confident about this. Hoping to pick up 2 of each of the new artifact lands in foil next time you get to Halley. Nice. Or 4 of each. There you go. Nice chatter. We don't have Krark-Clan in the main, so we're dead to this. Oh, with the Dispel now? If we had that Dispel earlier, we could have dispelled the first day of class. These things would not be 2/2s, they would not have had haste, and we would have had so much more time. Okay, turn 2 concession against Chatterstorm. Be careful what you wish for. Alright, so what do we have? We have Krark-Clan Shaman is good. Hydroblast. Hydroblast seems good. Got Fiery Cannonade. We have Duress. Don't think we want Pyroblast, Ancient Grudge, or Reaping the Graves. So we got to take out 9 cards. I'm going to try this. We're going to keep the Atog stuff, or most of it anyways, for a quick kill. Same idea for Disciple of the Vault. If we're able to, like, Disciple plus Krark-Clan seems pretty good as a way to reduce the opponent's life total as we're killing their squirrels. So we're going to try this. Perfect. So we'll play first turn Great Furnace Chromatic Star, and then we'll play Krark-Clan turn 2. Now, what's it going to be? Are they going to pass back? No, they have the gut shot for the Krark-Clan Shaman. Get out of here. And no more Krark-Clan off the top. Let's do a Witching Well thing here. See if we can find one in the top 2 cards. From the Crypt, hello. Nothing here, so I think we're going to go bottom. I'm going to put out Atog and see if we can pressure them with this. But this could just be them going for the combo this turn. They were able to gut shot our Krark-Clan Shaman, and they might just be able to go for it here. So they haven't fully committed yet. Faithless Looting, that's a pretty good one. They're probably just going to go for it here. Duress and a Gut Shot down. Yep, Cabal Ritual, I'm pretty sure they're going for it. 3 cards left in hand, though, is not a lot. So they pretty much need to have the perfect cards here. Night's Whisper. Did they hit? I mean, the deck is full of hits, so... How are you liking Pauper these days? Well, I love the format, but I gotta say, I wish that Chatterstorm would be banned. I've had a wonderful time playing the deck, but playing against the deck is abysmal. I think Pauper could be really, really great if we just got rid of Tron and First Day. Or, sorry, not First Day, Chatterstorm. So they get Intro to Prophecy here, they can 3-mana Intro to Prophecy, and then they still have the 2 mana if they find the Chatterstorm. And if they do have Chatterstorm here, this is basically lethal. 2 cards on the bottom. Okay, so they do go for Chatter. This is not a lethal Chatter, however. We get to draw a card with Chromatic Star and hope that we survive. Basically, we do have some ways to interact, but not very many. Okay, that's a miss. And do we get Krark-Clan? We don't. Oh, womp womp. We don't get it. We were drawing to very slim out, and we did not find it. One, two, three, four, five. So we can hit them for 11. But, I mean, they have the squirrel here, so... GG. Let's see what's on top. Nowhere near. Okay. So that's Squirrel Storm. I mean, that's part of the game, right? Sometimes, even though your deck is finely tuned to defeat this certain deck that the opponent is playing, sometimes you still don't do it because you only have your one hate piece and they have the counter hate piece, or you don't have any hate pieces at all and they just go off, and that's part of it. That's part of Magic, and that's also part of why I continuously say I want to see Chatterstorm banned, because it produces games like this where you're really kind of mulliganing towards your hate cards, and even when you get your hate card, you're still maybe not going to win. That being said, if you are looking to face off against Chatterstorm, this is actually one of your better options. I know it didn't look all that great when we just fought Chatterstorm, but trust me, after having played Chatterstorm quite a bit, Affinity is one of the decks that we have the most trouble with.